to work. I think it's working. I think it's working.
Okay.
Wait, can you boys check?
On YouTube or?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah, you're live.
Yeah, it is.
Why does it still have one that says upcoming? I privated that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna mess up the fact. Why is it doing that?
No, I think that's just how it is generally. Well, I can see it.
There's people waiting in the other one because they think that's the newest one.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, isn't it, bro? That's the old stream. What the hell?
That's the stream we were getting prepped for just before. It's not. It didn't end because I had to actually end it, but it's not ended.
That's going live for some reason.
Yeah. I'm trying to stop it being live, but we have to go on anyway because we're live.
Yeah.
Get your cameras on, boys.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, everyone, welcome back to the final Siren. Sorry for a late start. We were experiencing technical difficulties, and we still are. But we'll get started on the last round of the season that's about to come about. Like before, we're going to only go through the games that are important to the top 8. Which we'll start with the Thursday night game, Eels vs Storm, the battle for the top 4. What are you boys thinking about this game? It should be a ripper. Is no one going to go?
I'll just go first. Yeah, look, cracking game. Parramatta with a huge win against Brisbane last week, and Melbourne not necessarily back to their best, but even though they didn't play their best, they lost by 4 points in a thrilling game to the Roosters. So look, this is all set to be a ripping contest, and I expect no less. For my tip this game, I'm going to go the Storm, even though Parramatta had the wood lately against Melbourne. But yeah, I'm going to go Melbourne by 6. I think that they won that top 4 spot badly, and I think if they're a top 4 side, I think they'll be hard to beat in the finals.
Yep. Any of you boys others want to have a go?
Yeah, I'll just say that hopefully it's a cracking game. I know that I hope our Storm boys get up, but it's not the worst case scenario if we don't, because we still get a home final against the Raiders most likely, or the Broncos. But yeah, it would be a good game.
Yeah.
Are the Eels going to win, Devils?
Oh, I know you boys said it. I said it in the chat, but I wouldn't be that mad if we lost, to be quite honest.
Excuses.
Well,
I honestly would not
like in the Eels side.
Peter Foster asks, "Where's David?" Well, if you haven't heard the news already, then too bad. Honestly, I think I'm going to go Parramatta to win this game 1-12.
Oh.
And
You reckon we'll 3 in a row?
my main reasoning is because of what I want. It's not so much what I think will happen, but because of what I want. Because if
Mate, go with your head.
Well,
go with your head, bro.
If Parramatta win, I'm just saying, if Parramatta win, it's a Penrith and Parramatta week 1 of
I'll tip
finals.
Parramatta that game. I'd actually tip Parramatta that game, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'd say them a home prelim. So if Parramatta make the top 4 for me, I think they're genuine talent threats. At least for me.
Sounds good. We'll skip the Bulldogs and Seagulls game. Nothing to do with the top 8 there. Roosters versus Rabbitohs. This should be a cracking game as well. I mean, this round looks like a good round of football. What are you boys thinking?
Yeah, I'll actually be at this game attending, so I cannot wait. I'll be cheering on South Sydney. So, yeah, look, it's really hard to split both of these sides, both in terrific form. I mean, this is probably a game that we all thought that was going to decide the 8, but fortunately not. Worst case scenario, but yeah, look, a few interesting battles here, like Tedesco versus Latrell. Then you've got the halves. You've got Walker versus Keary. So a few good matchups across the park. For me, I'm going to go the Rabbitohs by 6. I think. Look,
Walker versus Keary.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah,
Keary
I thought
5'8".
you were talking about Sam Walker.
Walker's playing 7, bro. But look, I think with Radley and Collins out, I think that weakens the forward pack. I think South have a slight advantage there, but
Yeah.
South by 8.
Do you want to go through the Roosters draw this year, or
Well, I never down the so I don't think.
Oh,
Bruh.
okay. Dave, what about you, mate?
Yeah, look, it'll be a good game. Both of these are two quality sides, and look, I don't really like. So I want the Rabbitohs to win. So that's all I'll say.
well, Noah's gone, so I'll move on. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
yep. Yeah.
I think the Roosters will win this game. Not by much, but I think the Roosters will just get over the line. But the Rabbitohs, I could even Golden Point, but I don't want to put money on that. But it should be a cracking game at the new stadium.
I'm going to go the Rabbitohs to defeat the Roosters at their new home stadium. I don't know why. Have a gut feeling, I guess. Moving on. No, we're not going to move on to Titans and Warriors because no one cares about that. Broncos versus Dragons. This is for Broncos to get back into the top 8, at least for a bit until Raiders play. Yeah, Broncos 13+. I don't really have more to say to that. That's hope talking as well.
I'll be generally honest with you. If Carrigan wasn't playing, I probably don't think Broncos win this game. I think this is also a danger game because there's a lot of ex-Broncos in that Dragon side. Jaden Sewer, Ben Hunt, Griffin, his coach of the Broncos, Andrew McCullough. So there's a lot of ex-Broncos that will be having their eyes out for this game, and they'll be loving to knock out the Broncos in the finals. But look, I'm going to get the Broncos by 6. I don't think it'll be much in it, but considering what's going on in the season, what's at stake, I think Brisbane win, but not by much. And even if they do win, I don't think it'll be enough for them to make the top 8.
Okay. What about you boys?
Yeah, I mean the Broncos. Hopefully that Kevin Walters spray actually worked because it'll show on Saturday whether it did or did not. But the Broncos need to come out like they're playing Penrith or playing a top team because if they think they're going to win easily against a Dragons team who can upset teams on their day, it might get a bit ugly. But look, for my sake, I really hope the Broncos win.
I hope they don't come out like every other top team because they always get pumped by 60. So
Yeah. I think I've already said Broncos 13+. Cowboys versus Penrith. It's still important. I mean, it's for Penrith have already won a premiership.
Cows 20+. Put your money on that.
Cows 13+. I mean, Penrith.
That's just depressing, but I don't 13+. But yeah,
players. Yeah. I don't think we really need to talk about that one too much, boys. We have a lot of news to get through today. Knights versus Sharks. No need to talk about that one. Sharks 13+. Tigers versus Tigers versus Raiders. Oh my goodness! And I've lost my. Why is?
Oh my god!
yeah,
It started doing the freezing thing when I turned on my camera again. Yeah, Tigers versus Raiders. I mean, yeah, Tigers win. Broncos go to the top 8 possibly. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. What are you boys thinking about this game?
Raiders 1-12. I think Tigers will try, but I don't know if they got enough in them to win. Obviously, it's Timer's last game, home game, but Raiders playing for much more at stake, so I think Raiders win. But I think it'll be tight. I think Tigers will show up, but Raiders too much in the end. Tigers can't close out games. Not without Hastings.
Tigers 13+. You heard it here first.
You wish, mate.
I'm
Just one
going
put there with
Raiders.
the Hustling jersey on.
I'm going Raiders. Raiders 1-12.
Okay. Faraz says Raiders. Lachlan says Tigers. Black Elvis says Raiders also. Moving on to nothing. Except for the news. Jaden Sewer apparently returning to the Dolphins. Returning to be reunited with Wayne Bennett at the Dolphins, I meant to say. Yeah. I'm not sure how much I buy into this, but I know Wayne Bennett likes Jaden Sewer quite a bit. What do you boys think?
Well, that's a pretty big loss for the Dragons if that does happen. But in saying that, good for the Dolphins. I think Sewer's an underrated player. Definitely should be in the Queensland squad at least next year. But look, I remember Sewer as a player at the Broncos. He wasn't really one of those big name players, but he always did the job coming off the bench. But look, I think Wayne Bennett can bring the best out of him. If there's anyone that can bring out the best in any sort of player, it's Wayne Bennett. And I've already said this. I think he's going to bring out the best in Anthony Milford and Nicarima. So it'd be nice to see what he does with Sewer.
Over to you, Lachlan. Your thoughts?
I don't know if the Dolphins really need a back rower, to be honest. They've
don't.
got Kenny Bromwich and Felice Kafusi.
And Ewan Aiken, if they want to play him there.
So I don't really understand the waste of the money on him. Like yeah, they'll probably still fit him in the 17 somewhere, but he'll probably get so much more money somewhere else and actually get a starting position.
Do you think he'll start?
No, bench.
Not at Dolphins, definitely not.
What
You
about
got to have
Davos?
Bromwich and Kafusi.
Yeah, I think Jaden Sewer's a good sign for the Dolphins. He's played under Wayne Bennett before, and he was in the Origin team in 2020 for a reason, because he's a good quality player for the Dragons, certainly, because they're not going great at the minute. So yeah. What?
Yep, Davos, thank you. We'll move on to more news, which I've sort of forgotten. It's going to come back to me, though. Griffin Neame has re-signed with the Cowboys until the end of...
Welcome back. Let's see your room tour.
Shit. Sorry, my microphone. Fuck. Sorry, let me set this up. This is a fail of the stream. I'm sorry, everyone. Griffin Neame has re-signed with the Cowboys until the end of 2025. Yeah. Good re-signing, I reckon. He's a great player. Should be in the Kiwi squad this year for the World Cup. What are you boys thinking?
I've got a question. Does he start for the Cows? Is he into the 1 to 17 on a regular basis? Or...
Bench.
He's 1 to 17 regular basis, but yeah, always a bench player.
Yeah, look, Griffin Neame, very good player. I rate him a lot. Good to see. I love to see him get a starting spot. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, good signing, I guess.
He gives me Thomas Flegler vibes.
Except
A good vibe or
without
bad
the
vibes?
penalties every 2 games.
Yeah, and the errors.
Yeah.
And the punch-ups and the
Yeah,
concussions.
a few errors.
Yeah, well, I think I forgot to write down the news. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I remember Try
Jock
Fuller.
Madden.
Oh yeah, Jock Madden's maybe going to the Panthers. We'll go to that first. What are you boys thinking on that?
Well, me, we had an argument with our Tigers mate earlier in the day about this. But yeah, look, I think Jock Madden's a really good player. Obviously, no one's really going to talk about Jock Madden because he's at a shit club right now. But if there's any club that he can go to and play his best footy or learn a lot, it's the Panthers right now in a winning system. So I think just getting a braid of that winning culture and what it's like to be part of it would be nice for him. He's a really good player. I'd take him if the Broncos could get him. But yeah, look, I think it's good he takes his career away from the Tigers. I think it's best for him as well.
Well said. What about you, Davos or Lachlan?
Peter Foster says in the comments, "For real?" ? Yeah, for real, mate.
For real?
Yeah, for
Yep,
real,
David is gone. Well, I don't think he'll
He's
ever return.
bunchy.
He's wished us the best, but he has got a lot of commitments to get to. What do you guys think of Suwali going to rugby union? We'll touch up on that in a second. We'll finish off talking about Jock Madden going to Penrith. Lachlan or Davos, over to you.
He's a good backup half, I feel like. But yeah, it's a good move for him. I think that there's only a couple of players that will survive this Tigers system at the minute. So yeah, it's a good move for Madden.
Well said.
Do you see
Dubs.
Jock Madden being 14 and Mitch Kenny at 9?
Yeah.
Nah, I think they've got
I can
Sonny
see
Luke.
that happen. Oh yeah, they've got Sonny. Is it Sonny? It's either Sonny,
Sonny
Sony, or
Luke's the replacement of they said.
Sonny Luke.
yeah. He's he's a gun. So's Mitch Kenny. I don't see him making the 17. If I'm being completely honest, I see him playing the role Sean O'Sullivan did
Yeah.
throughout this year, which is being a great backup halfback whenever Cleary decides to put someone on their head.
Filling in for the famous TikToker.
Anyway, we'll quickly touch up on that Suwali going to rugby union. $2 million a year over 5 years, so $10 million total. What? Like,
I mean, it would be pretty stupid not to take that at this age.
exactly.
True.
It's over 5 years, which is quite a big commitment. I mean, I don't know. It depends really if he wants to really play in the NRL or if he wants to make that switch. I mean, no better amount to do it for. $2 million a season. That's good money. Yeah. What do you boys think about that?
And
Do you
half
think
would
he's
be
worth it?
not enough.
Payne Haas would play fullback for that type of money any day of the week.
Well, yeah, look, Suwali's a good player. He's one of the next big things in the rugby league era coming up with Selwyn Cobbo and all that. But I mean, $2 million a year. Like, how desperate are you? Like, if you're that desperate to get big name players to your sporting code, like, might as well develop your own players.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's worth $2 million a season. I think that's a bit overs for him. I was saying in the chat we're in earlier, I don't even think he's worth $1 million a season.
Nope.
I think he's worth maximum $800K, and that's pushing it. Like, yeah.
He's only 20 years old, I think. 21, 22.
Yeah, exactly. And if he was playing fullback, he might change my mind, but I haven't seen him play fullback, so I don't know.
Do you think Reynolds has been a failed signing considering his injuries this year?
No.
Look, Reynolds can't really control the injuries he's having at this moment, but think about it this way. Brisbane 2 years ago couldn't even win a single game. Last year they came 14. Even though, yes, they've probably choked the top 8 spot this year, maybe top 4, but I think 9th is still a pass back for the Broncos, but just the way it's come to it, I think it's a bit point for Brisbane fans, but I wouldn't say Reynolds is a flop. You could probably say maybe a bit overrated, considering how the season went, but I wouldn't say it's a fail just signing the team. I think if Brisbane don't make the 8 next year, or even come close, I think that's a fail, for sure.
Yeah. Faraz, I want to get your thoughts quickly on the Kempy curse.
You bloody bitch, Kempy. You bloody bitch.
I didn't even understand what Faraz said, but we're moving on with it anyway.
He said, "You bloody bitch." That's what he said.
Okay. He's just.
He's a bitch. His podcast is shit as, bro. Fucking can't even speak blatant true.
Okay. I think we can actually start making those comments once we pass him in monthly listeners for us. But
He did
Yes, Fazza.
we'll only touch up on a few more news topics because obviously it's getting to a late stage. Sorry about the start time. More news. Jake
Did you get
Sherman.
banned?
Huh? Oh, my life.
Imagine getting banned on
Yeah,
Instagram.
bang.
My life just
Why'd you
froze,
expect-
sorry.
did that to me.
Jake Turpin and Jake Simpkin. Apparently the replacements that have been looked at for Andrew McCulloch, who might retire at the end of this year. He's had a great career, but you really have to wonder, Jake Turpin, well, how's he in the equation? I mean, I feel like the Dragons at this point are just trying to go out of their way to target Broncos players.
Well, I
to
mean,
push their club.
Andrew McCulloch and Turpin are very similar.
Yeah.
Like, they're both really good in defense, but then in attack, they don't offer much.
Yeah, a lot of people say that back then when Brisbane made the choice to go with Turpin over McCulloch, that it was the wrong choice, but it would have made a difference, would it? Both play the same attacking style of the footy with defence, but can't provide much in attack. They just passed it.
We played damn Sam Thaiday hooker for some games. Like, you can't.
Anyone else? Bro. I remember the time we had Alex Glenn hooker.
I think the Dragons are a bloody retirement
Alex
village,
Glenn.
to be quite honest.
The Broncos retirement village, to be exact. Jake Simpkin, I reckon, is a good replacement. He's young and he's in my opinion, a great future dummy half. But Turpin, no, I don't see why Dragons would target him.
Do you think Turpin would go to Super League or something like that?
I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. I mean, if Dragons are looking to sign him, I reckon he'll sign with them. But if not, yeah, he'd probably have to go to Super League.
How old?
Turpin, I think, off the top of my head, I think he's 25. I'll search it up, but I do believe he's 25.
Oh, boys, someone has asked in the comments, do you think the Bulldogs can make the top 8 next year?
No. He's 25. Let's go.
It's a bit too early to call that, but if they can fix their defence, considering they've got Kicker coming in next year, Reid Mahoney as well, there's no reason why they can't. I mean, if you look at it this way, Cows went from second last to second place. Brisbane, even though they probably missed it, they came close, so there's no reason why the Dogs can't. I think it's just about having a fast start in 2023.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
So I think same thing with the Tigers. There's nothing saying that the Tigers can't make the top 8 next year.
I'm sorry.
Next year. Anyway, we'll move on to the last question of the two more news pieces, and then one more question. Okay, so the first of the last 2 news pieces. Josh Reynolds is apparently rumoured to sign with the Bulldogs. I mean, it was announced way earlier this season, and then speculations were fobbed off and said no, that's not true. Then Gus Gould on his Twitter account retweeted yesterday a quote from Josh Reynolds saying he'd love to come back to the Bulldogs. So yeah, I mean, I'd personally love to see him go back. I mean, he is a bit of a grub, but I mean, he's Bulldogs. He's a Bulldogs grub. So yeah, what are your thoughts, boys?
Before I say anything, I've actually met Josh Reynolds in real life once. He actually, my brother actually had a training session back then with the Bulldogs reps and all that. And, I think Reynolds was actually coaching one of them for one of the days. And obviously, my brother knows him better because he's seen him for a few days. Reynolds is actually a nice bloke in person. I know there's been a lot of drama lately with him off the field, but, don't let these incidents fool you. He's a really good person at heart. He's a really good player. I remember I was at his last game at Belmore. Fucking the crowd was amazing. Even though you classify as a grub, Noah, he's still the heart and soul of that club. It would be great to have Reynolds back. He's a good player as well.
As Faraz said, he's a good player off the field and off the field. Not sure.
I didn't say that.
Okay. Brett White. The Titans have officially signed Brett White as an assistant coach from 2023 onwards. I'm not sure.
I think Hull is sacked. I think Holbrook is he's been there since early 2020, I think.
Yeah. 19.
I think he goes 90, almost winning the wooden spoon. Not ninth, top 8, sorry.
Yeah, they were 8th place. Was that last year?
Yeah, they need to be the Roosters.
2020 they were 9th. Yeah, 2020 they were 9th. 2021 they were 8th. And then this year not wooden spoon, 15th. I'm not jumping off a cliff, but either way, yeah. I think Brett White, I'm not sure what he's going to do for their club. Yeah. What about you, Faraz or Lachlan? Do either of you have any thoughts on this?
Mate, honestly, I've got nothing. Holbrook's the best option right now. Whether Titans fans like it or not, who else are you going to bring in right now? That's going to actually make it go further. Titans have been a joke of a franchise in the whole existence in the comp. So, look, whoever they bring in right now, it's not going to change anything. They can just hope that the players coming next year, like Verrills Foreign, can do something for the club because it's not looking good for Titans fans.
Mm. And you, Lachlan?
I don't Holbrook. I don't think he'll lose his job. There's nobody else out there. He's made the relationships with the players. They just need the results now.
Yeah.
They could go Shane Flanagan if they want to, but then you've got new players coming in. You got to make new connections when Titans are they're on the low again, and that would just make it even harder. So
do you think they'll improve next year?
Huh?
Do you think they'll improve next year? Is there any chance they can avoid bottom 4 with Verrills and Foreign there?
Well, if BKR is still banging the drum next year, they'll be last again.
And lastly, we'll end off with a question. We'll go around to each of us before we end off this this stream. As of current, like after this round is finished, what does your top 8 look like? Like heading into the final series. We'll start with Davos first. Sorry.
Yep. Obviously the top 4. I've got this is me. So I've got Panthers, Cowboys, Sharks, Eels, Storm, Roosters, Rabbits.
He's gone.
He's muted himself.
Oh, he's got Brendan.
Shut up, man. It's my brother, mate. And then I've got what was it? Raiders at 8. Sorry about that.
What about you, Faraz?
Can I just clarify one thing? So you know how you've got Cronulla third, right? Does that mean you've got them losing to Newcastle? Does that mean you've got them losing to Newcastle?
No.
Then how are they third?
Because isn't the Cowboys second, and if they win, they...
No, they lost against Bunnies this.
Okay, then I've got Sharks second, and I've got Cowboys third then.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Lachlan or Faraz, either of you?
I don't even know what the ladder looks like at the moment, so I'm just going to absolutely wing this. It's probably not even going to be incorrect. Or I don't even know. I don't even know who's in the top 4 at the moment. But Panthers, Sharks, Cowboys, Storm, Eels, Roosters, Rabbitohs, Raiders.
Okay. That sounds about right. For us?
This is mine. So Penrith, Cronulla, North Queensland, Melbourne. Fifth, I've got Rabbitohs outside the top 4. Parramatta 6th. The Roosters 7th, and Canberra 8th. Unfortunately, my Broncos miss out.
I've actually got a really... if the ladder ends like this, it's going to be such a great first week of finals. I've got Penrith first. Then I've got, I think, Sharks second, Cowboys third, Para fourth, and then Storm, Rabbitohs, Storm, Roosters, then Rabbitohs, then 8th place Raiders. And how that would work out in the finals would actually be Penrith versus Para, and then Cowboys versus Sharks, Roosters versus Rabbitohs, and Storm versus Raiders at Amy Park, which the Raiders have won the last 5 of. They've won their last 5 against the Storm at Amy Park, which that would be a mouth-watering week of finals.
Okay, so let's say that happens. Assuming to your prediction, who would you back in those games? Like across the 4 games, who would you back right now?
If that's first week of finals, I'd back.
I'd actually go Parramatta to beat Penrith.
Parramatta in that first game. I'd go.
Levi?
I'd go Cowboys in the second game. Then I'd probably go. I'd go Rabbitohs to actually put one on the Roosters. Even though I have Roosters winning this week, I think Rabbitohs to win that one. And then I'd actually go Raiders to beat Storm at Amy.
Yeah, same. Sorry, Davis.
No, it's alright.
Do any of you have?
Are you okay, Dave?
I'm fine.
Do any of you have anything to say before we end off?
No.
Okay.
Broncos or Smokers?
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, Davis, who came in your room?
Well, it's my brother.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining the Final Siren podcast. If you stuck around throughout the whole podcast, then good on you, because this one wasn't one of our better ones. We'll see you for the round 25 review, and we might have a special guest in there. Okay.